Compassion is a deeply human emotion that goes beyond simply feeling bad for someone. It is the genuine desire to understand another person's suffering and to do something to ease that pain. Compassion is the strength or the quiet strength that makes you pause when someone is struggling, not to judge or fix it right away, but to be present to say through your actions, I see you and you don't have to do this alone. Unlike pity, which can sometimes feel distant or condensing, compassion is rooted in connection. It says, your pain matters to me, and often inspires us to act, whether it's comforting a friend, helping a stranger, or simply offering a kind word. It is what drives people to stay by someone's side during tough times, even when there's nothing they can say or do to make things better. In a world that can be busy and harsh, compassion is a soft but powerful force. It reminds us that even the smallest gestures, a warm smile, a listening ear, a helping hand can make a difference or a real difference in someone's life. As is heart, compassion is about being fully human with one another, feeling, caring, and choosing love in action. Compassion is expressed in caring for the environment and others when we choose to act not just for ourselves but for the good of everything and everyone around us. When we pick up trash that isn't ours, when we choose to recycle, or when we use less plastic not because it benefits us immediately but because we know it helps the planet and future generations. That is what we call compassion. It is saying I care enough to make choices that protect what we all share. The same goes for how we treat other people. Compassion shows up in small everyday movements, like checking on a friend who's been quiet, standing up for others who's being mistreated, or just listening without judgment. It is in those quiet decisions to be kind, patient, and present, even when it is not easy. It is also in the bigger actions like volunteering, helping during a disaster, or speaking up for those who don't have a voice. At its core, compassion is about recognizing that we are all connected, whether it's people, animals, or the earth itself. Choosing to care even in small ways ripples outward. It reminds us that we are not alone here and that how we treat others and an environment is a reflection of the kind of world we want to live in together. The role of communal discernment in making Pacific University, and ultimately the world, a more compassionate place is both meaningful and transformative. At its core, communal discernment is the process of coming together as a group to listen deeply, reflect honestly, and make decisions that are not only rational but guided by empathy, shared values, and a sense of moral responsibility. In a university setting like the Pan Pacific, where students, faculty, and staff come from different backgrounds, perspective, and experiences, communal discernment becomes an essential tool for building up unity and compassion. It allows space for everyone's voice to be heard, especially those who are often overlooked. When people feel listened to and respected, they are more likely to act with the same level of respect and care towards others. This cultivates a culture of belonging and understanding, which is the foundation of a compassionate community. For example, when the university gathers different groups to discuss issues such as mental health, environmental sustainability, inclusions, or student well being, it creates an opportunity for shared reflection. Rather than rushing to solutions, communal discernment invites the community to ask deeper questions. Why do we truly need? What? Who is being affected? How can we respond with both wisdom and kindness? This reflects an heart centered approach to decision making leads to actions that consider not just academic goals but the emotional and social needs of the people in the community. Discernment also inspires actions beyond campus. When practiced regularly, it nurtures habits of compassion and social awareness that students can carry with them into the world. Graduates of Pan Pacific University can become leaders and citizens who are not only skilled but also thoughtful and morally grounded. People who consider the impact of their choices know on others and on the environment. On a global scale, if more communities and institutions embrace communal discernment, we would likely see decisions that are less driven by competition and self interest, and more shaped by empathy, cooperation, and a genuine concern for the common good. It becomes a quiet but powerful way of resisting the culture of indifferences and placing it with a culture of compassion. In this way, communal discernment isn't just about making better decisions, it's about shaping better people and, in the long run, building a more just, caring, and human world. At Pan Pacific University, it offers a model for how we can live and lead with both our minds and our hearts fully engaged.